is Lena Banks. I'm back today with your financial therapy for the week. I'm here with some special guests. Who do we have with us today? I'll start with you, Pamela.
Okay, so my name is Pamela Torres, and I'm actually an accountant, and I've been an accountant for many years, and I switched gears, and right now I have a network of single people, and I put together events in real life, so we connect with each other, and that's my passion, basically.
Awesome. And Andy.
I am Andy Cobb, and I am from Austin, Texas. I work for an association here as a website manager. And I am here because I want to learn how to have a good relationship and maintain a healthy relationship with my finances. So that's my goal.
Excellent.
Good.
Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I realize that finances, financial planning in your life is not a topic that everybody wants to have a conversation about. So I appreciate you guys joining me. As you know, the goal on this show is that we can all better identify and maintain our financial values and make sure that we're moving in the right direction with how we manage our money. And have a greater sense of well-being overall. And so today, we're talking about what it takes to actually connect with other people financially, because it's a huge thing that nobody really talks about. I never really thought about it, to be quite honest, until I had to go out and make a whole bunch of new friends and get dating again. So. Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm spending dollars here just to connect with people and be out there and visible to people. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And so I got curious about it and found some statistics that I thought were really interesting. People are spending a lot of money to connect with people. A recent survey from badcredit.org found that the average annual cost of maintaining friendships is $5,184 a year.
Okay.
People also spend around $2,500 a year to date. So if they're dating, they spend quite a bit of money. Pamela, you're like...
Yes, keep spending.
Exactly. So I think it's so fascinating what you do. And I told you, I think it's awesome to connect people and do fun things like different events. So tell people a little bit about why you got into that space and like what it looks like to plan an event.
Well, I'm divorced, so I didn't meet my ex-husband through dating apps. And once I got divorced, I started joining the dating apps. And at the beginning, they're fun because you're like, oh, yeah, I could just put everything that I like. It's just like, all your preferences on height, profession, interests, everything. And then I realized that I was spending a lot of time with people that I don't really, really connect.
Right.
So it's like my time is precious. I have a son and I have work and I have things to do. So the one-on-ones were not working for me. So I was like, you know what? This isn't working. What if I go to an event and then I connect with other people in 1 hour? And even if it doesn't make any sense with anybody, I at least have fun, had a drink, connect with other women, probably, it's like if there's not a guy,
make friends.
Yeah.
And so to me, that was the main reason. So it's like, I need to start growing my network because now I'm not a married person. My friends are not the same friends. Like, they're still my friends, but it's different. Things change. So I need to grow my circle with people that are in tune with who I am right now.
I can relate.
Right.
I can relate.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So that was basically the drive. And I start realizing a lot of things, like sometimes when you are in the apps, you just go for looks or for whatever the person is saying, and people lie, and
Right.
so it's like, and that's the deception on going on dates. But once you go and connect with people, you feel the energy, there's chemistry. Right. So I feel like many guys that I will swipe left, I probably will be swiping right just by knowing them.
Right. Right.
So
Exactly.
yeah, so that's I think that's how I find more interesting to go in real life, IRL,
Yes.
and connect with other people. I have good friends like you guys now, and others that we've been hanging out. So there's like some success, and I have successful stories. Like people that will never connect before, they are not connecting, and it's just like a community that you start building.
I have met people at your events,
Yes.
like
Yeah?
good
Good.
friends.
Love
Yeah, no. So I think it's a genius move. If you can't find it, you build it, and that's super cool.
Agreed. Yeah, I love the events.
Good.
And it's given me an opportunity to get out there. I've tried the dating apps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unsuccessfully. So it's nice to go and meet people in person and just be able to really gauge who they are individually instead of looking at a screen.
Yeah.
I love
So
that.
here's what I think is interesting though about this is that you charge for your events.
Yes.
And I think that's very wise. There is no event that I've been to that's a free sort of situation that turns out very well when it comes to even connecting with friends. People just don't value it, honestly, if it's not something that they've paid for. That's like a marketing business sort of situation.
Well, there's an investment.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And from the friends that I've met at these events, these and other events, it's like if you can get someone to pay for an event, make the investment, then the quality of people that you meet is a different quality of people as well. They are looking for some sort of real connection, hopefully.
Yeah.
At least you have a better shot at it, I think, than being on the apps.
I think so.
The other part of the apps, y'all, I've tried so many apps. I have to tell you.
Are you in Raya?
What?
Raya.
What is that?
Oh my God.
Oh no, what is that?
Okay. Don't even bother.
This is my podcast. You
Okay.
can't.
I haven't either.
I mean, Raya it's a very exclusive app, and you can
Okay.
only get in. It's supposed to be celebrities there,
Ah,
so you can
okay.
only
I've heard of
join
it.
if you have people who are in your contacts already are there. So you can request to join, and then they have to endorse you in order to get in.
Wow.
It's super
I
exclusive.
wonder if Sir Filmmaker fellow is in Raya or could get me in.
Maybe.
Hilarious. He probably wouldn't want to facilitate me dating other people. That doesn't
Probably
make
not.
much sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, okay, so that's fascinating. And I'm sure if it's exclusive, it's very similar to the League or other dating apps where if you have some sort of a paid something, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money. I've
Yeah.
never... So I'm similar to you. I met my husband the normal way, my ex-husband, the normal way. I had the normal way. Now the normal
Organic.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But I had no idea what was going on these dating apps. And aside from the quality, it's like you could just spend a lot of money for not great results.
And for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Trying to find
It's wild.
the one.
Yes, exactly. So I think I'm with you at this point, cycled off the dating apps. But I do think they're worth trying because I think for anybody at any given moment, you never know what could happen.
Yeah.
You could strike gold. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, I'm not against them. I'm like, I think they are part of the to do things that you have to do.
Yes.
Like,
Sure.
Or
I'd
I don't know
agree.
if I say it right, but I feel like you the most important message is to. I do believe in a lot of like intention, energy, like law of attraction. So once you start like putting yourself out there, you're basically telling the universe, yes, I'm open. I'm open for a relationship. I'm open to meet people. So you have to do a lot of things. So you have to join the apps. You have to go to events. You have to, go to a bar and be just like smile. Like don't be like, eh.
Exactly.
So you have to be intentional about, I want to meet someone.
Engaged.
And I feel like that's something that we're also getting like more disconnected and more bitter about. We're burnout with everything, but I feel like it's because we put the expectations on everything else, and we don't really realize that everything comes within. So I feel like we have to self-reflect on what we truly want and who we really are. Because I hear all these stories and they're like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you want this, Prince Charming guy, and like, are you really that person? So it's like, you need to like
So in other
have a good self-assessment.
Exactly.
So wait.
Yeah.
Be the person you want to
Would you
see.
date yourself?
Yeah.
Like, is that what they say? Like,
Love that.
would you
Love
date
that.
yourself? Like,
Very,
do you really?
very good question, and
Yeah.
I think we all need to ask ourselves. It's very true. You could spend a lot of time and energy trying to find the one, and perhaps need to just. Maybe you do need to stay home for a hot second.
little bit.
Yeah. Have some solitude and work on yourself.
Yes. There you go.
Jinx.
Jinx.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's excellent, and that actually leads me to kind of one of the first things that I wanted to talk about, which is COVID. I think that changed
Totally.
how we connect with people, how we expect to connect with people. I have seen a lot more app-based connection tools, or like, hey, just show up here, and the benefit is you just get to connect with people. And that's been really interesting. And what they do have in common is that people pay to go to a dinner where they pay for their dinner.
Yes.
Or they pay to go to an event where they pay for their drink. It's like nothing's included. You are literally paying for the connection. And that's why I mentioned it's a service that you're providing to people to bring them together. So I'm curious, though, how often do you guys actually go out? Because it is a very time-consuming thing to go out. Time is money, as they say. So in addition to the actual hard dollars we're spending here, what about the time?
Well, I'm going out a lot more now because I have grown kids. So that's freed up a lot of time for me. And so I find that I'm really engaging a lot more with friends and seeking those relationships and good times, because I'm finally at this point where I don't have as much responsibility with, people depending on me.
Yeah.
So that's freed up a ton of time for me, and I love that. I'm enjoying life.
It's nice. And, one thing that I'll say about getting divorced, and I also have a son, is you do spend a lot more time by yourself somehow.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I actually have to find things to do.
Facing reality
And
as well.
like, I'm, so do I want to go to that movie by myself? Okay. Do I really even like this activity that I've been doing all of this time? Or do I have something new I'm going to start? It's a really interesting conversation to have with yourself, and then to think about where you're going to spend your time and your money and your attention.
Yeah.
When you actually are by yourself again. It's super weird.
I'm loving this transition, though.
Yeah,
And
good for you.
Yeah, I really am, because speaking of COVID, that gave me a lot of time to self-reflect and think about, what do I like? What do I want out of my life? Who do I want to surround myself with when we come out of this?
Yeah.
So, and then seeing all of the things that have cropped up since then, the apps and just different opportunities to meet new people.
I think,
great.
I think 2020, it was, some people see it like, oh my God, it wasn't pleasant. But I feel like it was a bless. I
Yeah.
feel like, I feel like to me, I start realizing how many events I was going without wanting to go. So with 2020, I was like, oh, great. I don't have to go to those parties that I don't want to go. It's like, yeah. And it was like, why I was spending all this time like hanging out with these people that I don't really, feel connected with. Like I
Yeah.
was just there because I had to be there and just like by society, whatever.
Yeah.
So to me, it was a great opportunity to invest more in my inner circle with the quality wise. Because I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
I was spending time with many people. And right now I feel like I have key people in my life, which I enjoy, these people who are like, yeah, hell yes, I'm gonna go out with these people.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
and before it's like, oh yeah, I have to go, yeah, it's Saturday, whatever. I will rather be at home, but so I feel like right now, I don't know if it's age and we got into this introspection period with 2020 where nobody has
Yeah.
to go out and we were just
Exactly.
like
And
locked up.
Well, and you started valuing every moment of your time because it was your time. I think, it's so interesting that people, I think, have started to be a little more empowered about saying no.
Exactly.
And that's wonderful. It is a wonderful thing. It's a very freeing and empowering thing.
Yeah.
It's on a previous episode, Andy and I were talking about how time and money are very similar, but how somehow we learn how to budget our time a little bit better maybe than we do our money. And so I'm also wondering, as you're going out and you are being more intentional about who you're going out with or how often you're going out, are you also intentional about budgeting your entertainment or your going out time, or do you kind of wing it?
To me, I don't think I'm that superficial. Like I rather spend my money on a good dinner.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I like the luxurious side of having a nice, like food or good wine with friends and all that instead of having the nice bag.
It's the experience.
It's experience, and I realized because I was going out with this guy one time, and he said like, "Oh, I can't believe we spent $300 on dinner." And I'm like, "That's good," Like to me, it
Yeah.
was like, I'd rather spend that like, and he was spending money on tennis shoes or like,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, those shoes cost you like $700, and then you're questioning like $300 dinner to me. So it was. To me, it was like, okay, I'd rather have experiences and put and budget for it than budget for material stuff that honestly I can have, I don't know, a bag that does the same job as a Louis Vuitton or
Right.
whatever, like, but I feel like it's more important, like if you're going to budget, you're going to spend some money, you're just going to budget for it. And I think like the smart way to do is like, what are you really investing?
Yeah.
So
right.
you're investing in your quality of life. You're investing on time with friends. So I think those things are more fulfilling.
Yeah.
Than one thing is investing and one thing is expanding.
Yeah.
So
I love that. I
and-
love that. You
and the-
hit on my guilty pleasure though. I do like a good
Like
bag.
fancy stuff.
I do like a good
Well,
bag.
we all have
Same.
our,
No, but I hear you because I think the experiences is super important to invest your time and your money in, and I totally agree.
It's investment.
Yes, it is an
Yes.
investment. It is an investment. It keeps you mentally well, honestly. Especially when you do have other obligations in the other spaces of your life. So
Well, what are you going to remember more in the end?
Right.
Yeah.
Those
Right.
material things or the experiences that you've had with the people that you care about. So.
that's totally true.
There was this guy on a podcast that I saw. I just will say it quickly, and I don't remember who he was, but he was. There was the anniversary, and then he says like, "Oh yeah, my wife wanted to spend the money on a vacation on the beach," and he was like, "Well, I think she's Spanish or something," and then he was like, "No, but we need a sofa." like he was like, oh, I'm so American, and like I wanted the sofa and it was on sale and whatever. And she was like, no, 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 no. And then he was like, yeah, what happened? In 6 months, we got the sofa, but we went on vacation, and I don't remember the color of the sofa or anything, but I do remember the vacation.
Yeah.
So, so I think like those type of things that, to me, like the sofa was not an investment, it was expense.
Right.
And the time that you spend with people, the time that obviously you have to be smart, and you have like, certain amount, and you have to be smart with your money.
Yeah.
But I think like everybody must have budget for socializing.
So true. So true. And you're right. It is an investment. We're going to talk in another episode about how to recognize an investment over an expense. Because I think a lot of people do have trouble spending money.
Yeah.
If you know what you're spending it for and why, and that it is an investment, it makes it much easier to do that, and also to plan to do it and to focus your energy on doing it, so that you're not spending on all of those little things that don't make a difference if you know that you have an investment to make elsewhere. So.
And you have to spend to it's a good sign of abundance. So you spend and you receive. So that's another
I agree with that. I agree. All right, guys. Well, what else do we have to say about the cost of connection?
Keep investing in your relationships, and try to do, I think like also there are so many things that are free that you don't have to, you don't always have to go to a fancy restaurant. You don't always have to have the fine wine or anything. Like you can just like go and do chores together, like with a friend, and have a chat, have a walk, I really think like staying active, it's quite important. It's like when somebody,
the investment in yourself.
And when somebody invites me like, oh, let's go walk, let's go for a walk, and it's like, and then just keep chatting, like you don't really need to drink or anything like that. It's just like find the things like to connect, and I feel like you don't really need to have a lot of money for it. Just have to have the intention to do it.
I love that.
And just keep that balance. Find a balance that's good for you in terms of your budget and what you can afford, and then, make those experiences fun and in whatever way, whether they're expensive or not, whatever you value.
Right.
So,
love it. Well, thank you, ladies, for
Thank
joining
you.
me. This was awesome.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
All right.